Hey guys, it's Jay Black, your Monterey realtor, and today I'm hanging out with Casey at her studio here in Monterey on Lighthouse Avenue. How you doing today, Casey?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just
Thanks
excited to be here and excited to hang out and learn about this awesome space you have here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is you have here, what you do, and just tell us about Casey Stark Studios.
Great. Yeah. Well, I opened my space in summer of last year, summer 2022,
Okay.
and my goal for this space was to have a working ceramic studio for me, and then also provide workshop space for the public to come in and learn about clay and take classes with me, and also a space to sell a lot of my work here. Before I had this space, I was selling online, and I had a lot of great customers that I connected with across the country, but I didn't have a lot of local presence. So once I got this space here on Lighthouse Avenue, I was able to kind of open up my doors and start meeting new people that are local and like getting them in here to play with clay.
Awesome.
With me. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Clay. That sounds like fun. So it's like playing in the mud when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, same thing.
Awesome. So how often do you do classes?
It varies by season.
Okay.
So we're going into the springtime, and that's my prime workshop season. So it's a really great time because the weather starts warming up and people start wanting to get out and like, let's do activities and let's be creative. And that's really good for that kind of spring season because people are looking for things to do. So we're going into my busier season. I just started out with the first workshops of the year that I had last weekend. But yeah, it varies by season, but I'll be releasing lots of new workshop dates as we kind of head into the spring and summer months.
So are the workshops for learning to do it and that's about it? Or do you let people come in and do their own thing as well and then fire it in your I forget what it's called, kiln? There we go.
Yeah, kiln. It depends. So most of the time, my workshops here I help people figure out how to make a project. So depending on what the workshop type is, either they have an option to come in, learn a couple techniques and make whatever they want.
Okay.
So they could learn how to make like, oh, how would I make a bowl? And then they can make like, a friend of mine just made a beautiful popcorn bowl for herself. Or they could be more specific. I make a lot of mugs. That's one of my most popular products. And I have
mugs?
Yeah, mugs.
Okay.
And I have a lot of experience with kind of tweaking very specific things about the mug to get them to feel good. Anybody can make a mug. It's a vessel with a handle on it and you can drink out of it. But if anybody was really interested in kind of fine-tuning their mug process, we have a specific make a mug workshop where that's what we work on. Cool. And then I also have shorter evening-based classes where I have a project and everybody can kind of, we're all going to make that and we all work it together. And that kind of helps too. A lot of people may not have ideas up front, or they may get here and kind of freeze, like, shoot, I don't know what to make. Like, this isn't my thing. So
that would be me.
Yeah, having a guided project that you can say, okay, it's going to look kind of like that at the end. We can all work together. It's a little bit less scary, I think, for beginners. And then as we go into the summer, I think I'm planning on having a few more workshops that are more for like intermediate to advanced level artists who may have experience with clay, but they want to learn some techniques. And there's so many different things to learn. And I'm just excited to kind of start sharing some of those things and connecting with people and providing that service.
Why did you decide you wanted to start your own studio?
Well, I have always been a creative person. When I was a kid, I was always working on some sort of art project, sewing, arts and crafts, gardening, you name it. I tried it because I just loved learning techniques and how to make things. And when I graduated from college with my landscape architecture degree and I started working in a firm full time, I was really kind of still looking for, you look for that thing that kind of makes you excited when you wake up in the morning. And work is work, and work can be really fun and fulfilling and all that. But I kind of realized that I needed something else to kind of help fulfill my creativity on a day-to-day basis. Even though my career was a creative one, I still kind of wanted that hands-on activity. So anyway, long story short, I started running an art business and selling my work online in 2008. And things just kind of morphed and I kept doing it, and I was doing that on the side from my full-time job. And I rediscovered ceramics about 6 years ago, and it just kind of snowballed. My sales were doing really well, and I just really loved it. And so got to the point where I needed to decide if I was going to transition from one to the other, and I figured that this was the time to try it, and my passion was still there, and I was really excited to make a change and see how it goes.
What surprised you most since you opened?
Well, I don't know if it was really a surprise, but I think maybe like a pleasant bonus might be a better way to put it. What you were mentioning, the little community that is back here, and being able to connect with my neighbors and kind of discover a lot of other small business owners in this area that, you know, I've lived in Monterey for 7 years, and a lot of these little pockets I hadn't experienced before. So just being able to make connection with those people and feel that tight-knit community feels really special, and I didn't really know what I was getting into. I really lucked out, and I have some great neighbors and some really supportive people, and we all kind of look out for each other. So,
what are some of your goals for the next year?
Oh gosh, the workshops. I really want to expand my workshops, and it's a lot to logistically organize, but I'm up for the challenge, and I'm excited to kind of figure out how to get all these things working. But that's my big goal, is to really get the workshops going. And I think longer term, I would really like to have this kind of creative presence where visiting artists can come and give a chat to people. So have more of that community based with the creative folks in town.
Cool.
Who kind of, you know, can check my calendar and see, oh, what's coming up next, you know?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. What would your customers say they like most about coming in here and seeing you or your art, or, anyway, what would your customers say they like most about Casey Stark Studios?
My goal is to provide a really uplifting kind of environment for them. So whether they're coming in to shop or coming in to take a workshop, I want them to walk in the door and feel like they're somewhere else a little bit. Like, oh wow, this is so cool. You know, when you see people's face light up and they're like, oh my gosh, you make all of this stuff? And like to see the gears moving, and for people to kind of realize what is possible in terms of the realm of clay and all the cool things that you can make, and how you can make a beautiful functional piece that you can use.
What do you enjoy most about being a member of the Monterey Peninsula community?
Well, I think at first I didn't really enjoy it, but now that I've been here for a while, I do enjoy it. Those really small town feel in Monterey. You know, you're walking your dog and you know, oh, that's so-and-so, I know them, I should have changed out of my pajamas. So I think that's really cool, and I think it's really nice that there's like 2 degrees of separation between everybody. Everybody knows each other, and that can, at first was a little strange to me because I just wasn't used to it as an adult, but now it feels kind of nice to chat with somebody, be like, oh, you know so-and-so, and yeah, I went to this place with them, and we, you know, just feeling like everybody's connected. And I like that, and I feel like that kind of helps people relax a little bit, to feel like everybody, you know, similar to having great neighbors, feel like everybody kind of has your back.
Is there anything else that we should know about Casey Stark Studios?
Yes, make sure to check in with me coming up in the next couple months for new workshop dates if you're interested in that sort of thing. I'll have all sorts of different topics available for you to choose from. So the best way to hear about those is by signing up on my newsletter on my website, which is just caseystarks.com.
And I'll include that down below, so check it out.
So if you sign up for my newsletter, then you'll get an email when I have new dates coming out, and you'll also hear if I have new product updates, you know, when the shop is open, if you want to come shop in person. So yeah, that's the best way to kind of keep track.
Cool. And I'll also include all of our social media accounts down below as well, so you can check those out, check out our website, the newsletter. And come check out our studio. It's on Lighthouse. She's open 2 to 5, right?
11 to 5.
11 to 5. Sorry, not 2 to 5. 11 to 5.
On Saturdays. Right now it's just on Saturdays, but I also have appointment shopping. So if you definitely want to come by and you're only in town on a Friday, you can make an appointment.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining, guys. Thanks for joining me, Casey. I appreciate it. It's been fun. I love this space here. I think it's awesome. So.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. See you next time.
Bye.